There's a place where the most formidable wildlife on the continent still roam free. A wilderness where the spectacle of nature is on full display. For the next 2 weeks, I'm going to live in the heart of this wilderness. I'll face the elements, the altitude, and the wildlife, all to capture the perfect photo. This is the Yellowstone Expedition. The Yellowstone Expedition is sponsored in full by Killer Bees Coins, custom coins for all occasions, and Living Well with Debbie L. Restore your health. This episode is sponsored by ThermalWorks, makers of the Thermal Pin 1. Every journey and every story has to start somewhere. This is my good friend Alan Lacey, host of the YouTube channel Filming the Wild. Alan will meet me in Yellowstone for this expedition. We've met a few times over breakfast to plan the expedition. I'll be relying on his expertise to help me find the best shots in the 34,000 square mile wilderness known as the Yellowstone ecosystem. Based on my past experiences, by experiences I mean both challenges and failures, I know that I'll have to make some adjustments to the Jeep to be able to live out of it for the next 2 weeks. What you're seeing is construction of a shelving system for the Jeep. So this is the first time I've attempted this. Now I could have purchased a product, but I wanted to have something that I can design to my needs. So that's why I've undertaken this project. Let's just say that my carpentry skills are lacking. It's also safe to say that I'm the last person on the planet whom you would call to help with any home improvement project. Some mistakes were made. Some aggressive undoing was required. After doing some more careful measurements, success. Not perfect, but it will work. I may be making some adjustments after the expedition, but this is going to greatly help make sure that I have fast access to what I need. With time running out, it was time to do a little bit of maintenance and mount the rooftop tent. I'm actually proud of the powered mounting system that I designed and built into the roof of my garage. Personally, I am actually shocked how well that thing works. We are base camping in Yellowstone in a ground tent, but the rooftop tent will make life a bit easier for me on the travel days. Or so I thought. Ralph Waldo Emerson once wrote, "All life is an experiment. The more experiments you make, the better." And so, at 5 a.m., this experiment begins. Now my wheels in motion and my windows open with the wind blowing in my hair. I'm driving down the highway, gonna do this my way. I can feel it in the air. Here I go! At the Utah border, I had to make a stop. This is a beep sticker, provided by Killer Bee Coins. I've worked with Killer Bees Coins in the past, and they do a great job helping our service members commemorate the milestones in their careers. Killer Bee Coins is a sponsor for the Yellowstone Expedition and is also providing the aerial footage that you are about to enjoy. Alright, I'm going to be honest with everybody, this is the most fall colors I have seen in a very long time, and it is beautiful. I'm deep inside of Utah, heading up to what I hope will be my campsite. Okay, quick photography break. You know that I have to stop when something catches my photographer's eye. Passing above 10,000 feet, I'm enjoying the cool high mountain air. Little did I know, this was about to cause more than one serious problem. It If you're interested in where I camped on this leg of the journey, check out patreon.com/EWJ and join the camera crew or expedition team. And look for the February 5th, 2026 post. This location would be great except for the wind. So that was problem number 1. It's time to search for a new campsite. Well, I found a little spot that has some shelter from the wind. I tell you what, it's hard to find a campsite up here. At least one that's got some shelter. Of course, everybody has their big trailers up here. So I think I'm going to do is I'm going to pop the tent real quick, kind of get a feel for whether or not it's going to be a little too windy up there. And if it is, then I have no choice. I've got to start heading down the mountain because it's getting a little bit late. The cool thing here is, though, is that this is going to be an epically beautiful sunrise location. So yeah, it's a real hard choice. But anyhow, I'm going to get this thing popped up. And now, problem number 2. I have never had this happen before. All 4 safety straps on that tent were jammed. I don't know, it's because I'm at high altitude. I mean, this is the highest I've ever had this tent, and the foam mattress expanded and just jammed everything. I don't know what it was, but anyhow, I gotta hurry and make some dinner, and also take a look at this. Maybe rain, maybe snow. Let's just hope it stays out there. Mind you, it took 30 minutes to pry the straps of my tent off and open it. Good thing I didn't film it. This video would have lost its PG rating due to the strong language being used. After getting the tent deployed, it was time for dinner. All right, everybody, it's dinner time. I'm gonna make a steak. Now, I don't know about all of you, but whether you're out here in the wilderness or if you're home, you probably want to make sure that your food is cooked properly. So I just want to say thank you to the sponsor of this episode, ThermalWorks, for providing me a thermal pen. We're going to give this guy a try out tonight to make sure that my steak is cooked right. Cooking out the back of my Jeep is a lot of fun, but I need to be careful. Eating undercooked meat in the wilderness can lead to a lot of unpleasant experiences. Something I really like about the Thermal Pen 1 is the backlight. Now, it's a little hard to see right now, but it's getting dark and I'm going to need this backlight. Also, the temperature reading auto rotates. Now, this probe is guaranteed to be within ½ degree of the temperature of your food within just a few seconds, and it comes with a certificate, a calibration to guarantee it. Okay, let's get cooking. I'm going to get the potatoes started. A little Parmesan black truffle. Just listen to those potatoes roasting in the cold mountain air. This is going to be good. The Thermal Pen 1 has an IP rating of 67. That means dust and other contaminants will stay out, and you can submerge the Thermal Pen 1 in water for cleaning without being concerned about the electronics. Oh yeah, listen to that sizzle. It has a 5-year warranty, comes with a 2,000-hour battery life on a single AAA battery with an easy access door. It also has a wide temperature range between -58 and 572 degrees Fahrenheit. There's nothing like the aroma of a fresh steak cooking out in the wilderness. I mean, I'm in bear country. What could possibly go wrong? Perfect. Oh yeah. Dinner is done. All thanks to this. And now for the test. Oh, shut up. That is awesome. I tell you what, this is how you start a photography expedition. Steak and potatoes, this rocks. Now, about that last really major problem.
And I didn't even think about the possibility of altitude sickness.
So, off to bed I go, not realizing that I was about to have what could have become a serious medical issue.
Yeah, this isn't good. Did not think about the possibility of altitude sickness. So I woke up about midnight, feeling like I was suffocating. Oh man, big headache, on and off again, nausea. Yeah, and then not being able to go back to sleep. Yeah, those are the symptoms of altitude sickness. So probably about 20 minutes we can see a little brighter out there. Ah, man, this hurts. I'll start packing things up and get my rear end down to lower altitude so I can get some relief from these symptoms.
So with the mist of a cloud covering my camera, you can see that I'm packing up. My head is pounding harder than a frat boy's hangover. I should know. I'm a Delta Chi. I'm being very careful with my packing. Since I've now been suffering for nearly 8 hours, I'm very much aware that the altitude sickness could be impairing my judgment. I'm really glad that I got myself into shape before leaving for this trip. 6 weeks ago, I started working with a health coach from Living Well with Debbie L. With my coach's help, I lost 16 pounds in 6 weeks. Living Well Debbie L focuses on those of us who have lost their health while climbing the corporate ladder. Had I not been in shape, this self-evacuation would have been significantly more difficult. My only relief from altitude sickness is going to come from when I drop to a lower altitude. The lower I get, the less pounding that the guy with the jackhammer will be doing to my head. Eventually, after dropping more than 4,000 feet, I'm starting to feel like myself again. Just in time for this. Welcome to Salt Lake City. I'm not saying that the rain was bad, but at one point I seriously considered pulling over and building an ark.
Well, we got our first Yellowstone animal. This one's going to be
I'm approaching the west entrance, legendary for long lines and frayed nerves, but not today. We're just a few weeks away from the park roads closing for the season, which basically means Yellowstone is slowly turning off the lights and telling everyone time to go home. Most of the campgrounds have already slammed their gates shut, but with fewer humans causing traffic because they spotted a rock that vaguely resembles a bison, I can finally pull out my camera and actually enjoy this expedition.
So I have Google Maps turned on, guiding me to the campground, and it just turned orange, which means there's some type of a slowdown on my route. Wonder what that could be. Well, we have our first Yellowstone animal. They're going to be elk. A couple of them are across the river here. Too far away for me to get a good shot right now. Looks pretty cool in the rain.
Inclement weather can bring out amazing photos. Unfortunately, these ladies are just too far away, so let's go look for some more.
Well, that is really nice to get wildlife so quickly. Now, this camera is water sealed, however, I still don't take any chances. Make sure I'm trying to make sure that I keep it as dry as possible. Last thing I want is for any damage to happen to the camera, especially when we just got here. Yeah, I pulled out the camouflage rain gear. So what I'm doing is I'm just kind of going from pull off to pull off. That gives me an opportunity just to pause and look for movement. Things are getting pretty dark out here right now, so it's really going to start pushing the limits of my gear. So right now I got elk mostly just bedded down in the grass. Got one wandering around, but not really giving me any really good shots. That's just part of the fun. You gotta be patient with it. Now, I do have my lens hood on, even though there is no sun out here, because it is also keeping the water off my lens.
Even though these ladies are not doing much, it's still nice to finally be able to push the shutter button.
So, do I want to photograph a grizz? Absolutely. But you gotta find him first.
Just down the road, a bull elk.
Oh yeah, that bull out there grazing with a couple of cows. He has got an absolutely huge rack on him. I mean, this is the time of year to really see them. They're fully grown, ready to rut. Yeah, it looks like he's got 3 cows with him. That is one big elk.
In the dimming light, I fired off a few shots. Already, I'm noticing what's going to be a common theme on this expedition. The fall colors blend beautifully with the coloring of the animals. Could I have possibly found the perfect time of the year to photograph wildlife in Yellowstone? We're off to an early start. No breakfast, no coffee. We are on a mission.
Hey guys, we're just checking out to see if a great gray owl is out. Alan was photographing it yesterday. He's in the truck in front of me.
Look at your 8 o'clock on a small little evergreen sitting right on top.
I'm about to get a shot of one of the species at the top of my list, a great gray owl. Even at 500mm zoom, I'm still a ways out. Unfortunately, shooting through the trees, my focus was just a tad bit off. If you want to download the Lightroom presets that I used to develop the Yellowstone expedition photos, go to www.explorewithjason.com. Click on the downloads link in the menu. I have a link to purchase the presets, along with the links to where I capture the photos of all the wildlife you'll be seeing in the series. Even though these shots are soft, this gives me hope that I'll be able to nail a sharp photo of the great gray sometime this week. Next week, we're out for bigger game to photograph in the form of 2 grizzly bears named Snow and Jam. See you next week.